Hey everybody, Unstable Gamer here, and welcome back to the channel. Today is the day. It is global launch for Disney Sorcerer's Arena. After being in soft launch for a year, it is finally out to the rest of the world. And in this video, we are going to be taking a look at some of the most asked questions that I see around these types of games. And what I've already seen with this game specifically, we're going to talk about gems, we're going to talk about stores, we're going to talk about characters that are good to invest in really early on in the game, that are going to help you early on as well as later in the game. So we're going to go ahead and dive into all of that. But first, before we do, if you're just now finding this channel and you want to stay up to date with this and other games, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out. All right, and welcome back. So this guide is meant to help you start out strong on the very first day of the global launch here for Disney Sorcerer's Arena. We're going to we're going to answer quite a few questions here. We're going to take a look at energy, we're going to take a look at gems, we're going to take a look at what is good to spend your resources on in the stores, and then we're also going to take a look at the characters. Right now, easily farmable type characters that are going to help you early on in the game, as well as characters that are going to be very good for you to invest in now, so you're not having to waste resources on characters that you're not going to really need later on. So first things first, one of the most asked questions has to do around energy. What is the best strategy around energy? And that kind of ties into gems as well. All right, so first is campaign energy. We have two types of energy here. You have campaign and you have grand arena. Campaign energy refreshes pretty quick. Your grand arena refreshes very, very slow. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your energy here, and you refresh your energy using gems at least 3 times a day, using 50 gems each time, and then stopping once it hits 100. If you're at a point where you're spending money in this game and you have a ton of gems, then you can go ahead and use more. But I typically don't go beyond 200. But early on in the game, you're just going to want to use those gems to refresh your energy 3 times. Definitely take advantage of watch a video for free bonus energy and watch a video for bonus energy regeneration. What that does, obviously, is watching those videos is going to give you immediate energy, and then watching the other videos for the generation is going to speed up how quick for a certain period of time. I can't remember exactly what the length of time is, but for a certain period of time, I think it's like 20, 30 minutes, something like that. That'll give you more energy that way. Also, you want to be part of a club as soon as you're able to, because then you can request energy from your club mates as well. So that is energy right there. That is your campaign energy. Definitely make sure to do that. Next is going to be your Grand Arena energy. Now here, you want to watch a video as well for your energy to refresh that as often as you can. Now, for the early part of the game, I don't recommend refreshing this energy right away. If you're not worried about gems, then definitely go ahead and do it. Later on, you're going to, as you have more and more gems kind of rolling in through what you're doing and as you're running through the campaigns, then feel free to go ahead and refresh your Grand Arena energy as you can. Also, you can also request help from your club mates as well with this. So you can actually request both, which is very nice. All right, so that's your energy. Make sure to refresh your energy multiple times a day, as often as it comes up, every few hours, and then you'll be golden there. Next has to do with gems. Now, we already discussed gems. Is really the only thing I really recommend right now on using your gems for is refreshing your campaign energy. Wait a little bit for your Grand Arena, unless, of course, you're not completely worried about it. And if you are someone who does spend money on the game, then obviously you're going to be purchasing gems and refreshing your energy anyway. So that is the best use of gems right now. Later on in the game, there is a store that we'll get to, we'll talk about a little bit later, where you can purchase characters and things like that for gems, but it's expensive, so I don't really recommend that right now. Maybe once you hit level 60, I would recommend that, but not right now. I would hold off on that. So there's energy and there's gems. So let's jump into the store really quick. It's the exchange. This is the exchange I was talking about. There's some good characters in here. Mickey, Sorcerer Mickey over there is really good. Shan Yu is awesome. So those are pretty good characters there. Aladdin, Shere Khan, those are all good characters. Ariel. So it's expensive in here, so I wouldn't really use anything in there. So right now, in the beginning, I would pass on the gems Now, when you go into coins here, you will rack up coins pretty quick. So in this store, I would just recommend spending it on whatever you really need. You're going to be building up 8,000 coins, 16,000 coins. Those are going to build up pretty quick. So just use it for what you need it for. The next store here is going to be the club exchange. This is currency you get for being in a club. In here specifically, I use, so as you can see, I got 4.42 million there. I pull a couple characters out of this one. Specifically right now, Mickey, I pull out of here. And then down here, there are some extracts and fibers that I do need that I will spend this currency on as well. And that's what I would recommend really right here is any fibers or extracts that you really need, because it's really not bad. I mean, you get 5 for 1,375. And again, as you're playing daily, you're going to rack this up pretty good. I mean, it doesn't super starve you. Leveling up and gearing up in this game does take quite a few resources, especially once you get later on in the game. But right now, I would focus on that. Is really the fibers and the extracts down here. And then later on, if you have enough, then feel free to pull some of the characters out of here. Next has to do with the tournament exchange. So this one here, in here, there's only 3 characters that I would suggest going after. That's Hades, Shan Yu, and Mordu in here. I would go with... me, personally, what I did is I unlocked all 3 first. And now what I'm doing is I'm focusing on Shan Yu. So you want to get Shan Yu first. And then, I don't know, for me, I would go for Mordu next. And then I would go for Hades after that. Mordu is good because he's a great... wilds tank, and you're going to need that for the tower. So for this specifically right here, Hades, Shan Yu, and Mordu. And again, in a specific order, I'd go Shan Yu, Mordu, and Hades. All right, this right here is the tower exchange. This is where you can get a bunch of spells, and it's really, you go in here and you grab the spells that you want. Now, I don't have anything specific as far as the order in which I would get them. The Lucent Inks, the Vermilion, and the Cerulean, these are still fairly new. These came out towards the end of the open beta, and it may be beneficial to go ahead and grab those so that you can level up your skills. I got to do just a little bit more playing around with that before I really have a solid recommendation. But right now, for me personally, I'm holding off on this store. This one right here, Sorcerer's Exchange, these aren't available yet. These are going to be crafted gems that you can use to increase specific stats for your characters. They're not available right now. Hopefully we see those pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that. This token exchange here, this is as you max out a character and then you get those character pieces, then you're going to go ahead and get these coins here. What are they called specifically? Just token coins. You're going to get these coins that you can spend here, and it's what is it? 150 for Steamboat Mickey, 100 for the other ones for only 1 token. This one here, I really only use it for what I need. I'm actually saving some right now just to kind of see how this shop really plays out. It's been out for a while, and I do grab a few here and there. I did go with Steamboat Mickey until I got Steamboat Mickey unlocked. So, yeah, so there's that store right there. And then this is the VIP shop. So for those of you who like to or don't mind spending money on games like this, you can go ahead and get a 30-day VIP, and it allows you access to this shop as well. But there's a bunch of other stuff in here, and you can go ahead and take a look at that. That's if you want to spend money. If not, just go ahead and skip that. So those are the stores, and those are the recommendations I have for each one of those stores. Now, when it comes to specific characters that are going to be good for you to invest in so you're not wasting resources, let's go ahead and go to my roster here. All right, and so let's go ahead and take a look at this right now. So for the hero campaign, you have a hero campaign, you have a villain campaign, and then you have a grand campaign. Obviously, only heroes can do the hero campaign, villains do the villain campaign, and the grand campaign uses both. So what I wanted to do was take a look at some early farmable characters that you can invest in really early on and easily farm. So first, for your hero campaign, Aladdin is really good. Ariel is really good as well, along with Sorcerer Apprentice Mickey. Buzz is awesome, and then your other one's going to be Sully here for your tank. So Ariel's going to be your healer, Sully's going to be your tank, and the other ones are going to be your damage. So those are good for your villain campaign. For your hero campaign. For your villain campaign, I would recommend. So Ariel is in my opinion the best healer in the game. Gaston for your villain team, he's going to be the best tank in the game, in my opinion. And you can only use him on the villain campaign and the grand campaign, which is why we have Sully for the hero. But these characters you can completely max out and be comfortable in the fact that you're going to use these characters for a really long time in this game. So Gaston is really good. Yzma for your healer. I'm not really a fan of Yzma, but I do use her as my villain healer. And she's down here a little bit. There she is, right there. And then the next is going to be Big Bad Wolf. He's up here a little bit. So you can see him right there, level 45. He's really good as well. And then we have Syndrome. And again, these characters are really farmable really early on. Where's Syndrome? Syndrome's down here a little bit. There we go. There's Syndrome. And then the next is going to be Demona. She's a lot of fun. I like Gargoyles. You guys remember Gargoyles? That was an awesome cartoon. I really liked it. I thought it lasted longer than it actually did, but it didn't. So there is Demona right there. So those are the 10 that I feel are pretty good and pretty solid for you to go ahead and put resources in. And definitely Aladdin, Ariel, and Gaston I would max out. I haven't maxed out Demona yet. I am working on some of that. Same with Big Bad Wolf. Really good. I would also max out Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey. So all great characters, so definitely work on them. So if we go into the Heroes campaign and we just take a look at where you can farm everybody. So Gaston and Demona are right there at the very beginning of your Heroes campaign. Yzma is right there as well. So you're going to be working through this and building up your villain team. This is the Heroes campaign is the campaign that you really run through first. And then what else do we have here? There's Syndrome right there for you and Big Bad Wolf. So right there, I think that's the 5, right? You got Big Bad Wolf and Syndrome. You have Yzma and Demona and Gaston. So there you go, easily farmable to do your villain campaign. Now, when you do your villain campaign, we'll go into here. Now you're going to really already start with a hero team to use. But if we take a look at this, there's Aladdin right off the bat, really easy to get. Merida is really good too. Let's see. There's Ariel right there. She's really good. There's Buzz. So there's 3 of our 5 right now. So there's your 3 right there. And then you should already have, I believe you should already have Buzz and Sorcerer's Apprentice Mickey. So there's your 5 right there. So easily farmable. Definitely go ahead and build those characters up so you can run through your campaigns. And as you work through your campaigns, you're going to, you'll mix and match and find out which characters you like. And I will definitely have, someone put a really good tier list out, so I'll go over that. I don't typically do tier lists, but I do top 10s and things like that. So I will have another video for those as well, just to kind of keep you up to speed on what you want to work towards a little bit later on down the road. But for the beginner, everybody launching today, these are the tips that I have for you. I hope they work well for you. If you have any questions or any comments, definitely let me know in the comment section below. And if you yourself have any tips or tricks, anything you want to share, if you were part of soft launch and you want to add and share some of your tips as well so that we can help everybody just start off strong with this game, definitely let us know as well. All right, everybody, that's what I had for you today. Just a quick video to go over some beginner's tips for Disney Sorcerers Arena. Welcome to the game. I can't wait to hear your guys' thoughts on this game. All right, everybody. As always, I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts and questions in the comments section below. Take care, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time.